Hey everyone, welcome back to Verified Gains. Happy Monday. Today is Cinco de Mayo, so wherever you are, hope you're having a great Monday. Let's dive right into the charts. So let's start off with Popcat, our favorite meme coin. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you're into Solana and Popcat, please, we would definitely love to build a community here. So in any case, let's dive right in. And by the way, somebody did comment, okay, you know, is Popcat stronger than With? Do we expect to see new all-time highs? And my answer is this. So, I do own a good amount of With as well. If I had to rank it, that would be my second favorite meme coin. And but overall, I think Popcat is going to do better, and this is why. It's all based on sentiment, right? Number one, just from a sentiment perspective, you know, if we had to categorize each meme coin, there's dog, there's cat, there's frog, whatever. And in the dog sector, there's already Doge, there's already Shiba Inu. In the frog sector, there's already Pepe, and of course my third favorite meme coin, Turbo. But in the cat sector, there really hasn't been one back in, on the last cycle back in 2020, 2021. However, in this cycle, we have the rise of cat meme coins, and most notably, I want to say Popcat is the leader of cat meme coins. So, I think it's fair to say, hey, there is a category of meme coin, and let's try to pick the winner out of that meme coin category. And that's why I think I'm more bullish on Popcat overall. That said, I think Dogwoof Hat is a pretty fun meme coin as well, and I do expect to see new all-time highs with that one as well. Now, from a technical perspective, however, so Popcat, if we zoom out over here, and by the way, I did move up the support line to about 35 cents over the weekend. Looks like we're holding quite well above it, although we are in the process of retesting it. And once we bounce up from here, I'm going to be very bullish on this meme coin. And over the weekend, I heavily bought into Popcat. And the main reason is because, you know, it was a red day, number one. And number two is holding pretty well above the 35-cent line. So I said, why not? It was time to dollar cost average in anyways. Let's buy a couple more. Okay, so back to what I was saying, comparing to Dogwoof Hat. So zooming out, I'm going to open up the Dogwoof Hat chart over here. And you can see that you can already tell that is very, very different in terms of appearance. And I'm going to try to see if I can actually lay the Popcat chart above it. It doesn't really matter which one. Let's say this one. Okay. Now you can see that overall it's already started to logarithmic. It's already started to sort of, climb back up to where it used to be or is trying to. Whereas, width is still heavily below where it used to be. And, until we see some further upside movement, right now, width is indeed lagging just a little bit. Okay. So let's go ahead and remove this. I don't want to see. Okay. So and plus, I actually haven't bought WIF since I can't even remember when. But this was one of those coins that I did already 10x on. Actually, I'm not sure if that holds true anymore because I think my average might be actually where we are right now. So that is full disclosure. Okay. So at one point, I did. Well, yeah, I can't remember the exact price, but I'm pretty sure, once we came above, like the $1 or $2 line, I had already 10x. So maybe my average price was around like 20 to 30 cents. I can't remember. I really haven't looked at my portfolio in quite some time. Okay. So now let's actually turn our attention to the main players. So on the previous video, I did talk about how we're on our way to retest the 111-day moving average. And that is exactly what we're seeing over here. So let me just turn off the auto and zoom in a little bit. Okay, so just like I said, right, guys? Rejection off 98,000 and on our way to retest 91,000, which is the 111-day moving average at this time. And so, my expectation, my prediction is that we're simply going to retest it, but bounce off of it, and then hopefully we break through 98,000. And we have a long ways to go. I mean, if we break down below 111-day moving average, I mean, I'm really going to have to make another video about that because that would be pretty bearish. Although we're still right in the middle of a bull market. And to really verify that, you just have to simply zoom out a little bit. And it's not very hard to see that, right? So, some people might say, oh, we're in bear market, but I mean, please. I mean, if you've been following me for a long time, we've been dollar cost averaging through the 40s, through the 50s, and we're 2x from there. So, I mean, to say that we're in a bear market, I mean, show me another asset class that is doing 100% right now. That is also in the, what is the market cap right now? 1.886 trillion. I would love to see. In terms of Bitcoin dominance, so actually over the weekend, we continue to go to the upside. And I was thinking, wow, if we're actually going all the way to 70+% in terms of Bitcoin dominance, there might be a chance that this is the pretty much the run, and we're not going to see any kind of altcoin season until after the Bitcoin cycle top. In any case, we're still in the mid 60s, and although we are forming these red candles over here, no real signs of reversal yet. All right, moving on to Solana finally. So actually, this is a good time to clean up the charts. It looks like, I ended up actually dollar cost averaging right here, but unfortunately over the weekend we broke down below what was then a support line at $148. So I'm actually going to switch over to the red color depicting a resistance line. And since we've had three red candles, and including today, so it's looking like a red candle, but we'll have to wait and see. And so, and that's the story with dollar cost average. Guys, this is full transparency. I bought it at a price that is higher than right now, and unfortunately, we are pulling back. And so our next stop is back to 126, which I know, we've been in this range for, about 2 months, let's say like end of February. So about 2 months. And we have to be patient, but I'm not stopping with the dollar cost averaging, and that really is the power of dollar cost averaging. Okay, so we're nearing the 10-minute mark, and I don't want the video to be too long, so I'll probably stop there. If anything comes up, I'd be happy to make another video, but it's been a fairly quiet weekend, not a whole lot. I'm just checking the charts every now and then, hoping for some unexpected price movement to the upside, but nothing really happened over the weekend. And I don't know if this is one of the things that, we say in traditional equities, which is sell in May and go away. But, we're also only maybe about 4 months away from my proposed Bitcoin cycle top, which is mid-September. And, I was sort of just like playing around with ChatGPT, doing some modeling and thinking, wow, in 4 months, we're going to see some parabolic movement upwards. I mean, the traditional equities side of me is a little doubtful, but then again, the crypto side of me is always reminding myself, we've seen some crazy price action in cryptocurrency, and I really wouldn't be surprised if we actually do observe that over the next 4 months. In any case, we're already over 10 minutes. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please, guys, if you guys have any comments, questions, anything, go ahead and comment down below. And I love to interact with you guys. But thanks for watching and thanks for listening in. Bye bye.